But this is what happens when you have people in business that don't know what the hell they're doing.
2026 is coming in hot. If you have not heard, Saks Fifth Avenue's parent company, Saks Global, is preparing to file Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Now, what this means essentially is that they're wanting to restructure their debt. They recently missed a $100 million interest payment. In addition, the CEO of Saks, Mark Metrick, has stepped down. He was with the company for over 30 years. Now, am I surprised that this is happening? Saks has already been showing signs of financial hardship and struggles, and dating back to 2024 when there were reports of unpaid vendors and designers. At one point, I believe there was an 18-month backlog of unpaid vendors and designers. So I'm not shocked that this is happening. And with the acquisition of Neiman Marcus for $2.7 billion, I just really think they put themselves in a very tough position debt-wise and did not have the cash flow to basically keep up with the operations as well as the debt payments that they needed to make. I feel for the designers, like, my goodness, especially the independent designers. They don't have the cash reserves like some of the bigger brands. And, they depend on this money, and they may or may not even ever see, whatever amounts that they have outstanding on their receivables.
So Saks Fifth Avenue preparing for bankruptcy. They had $100 million debt payment that they just didn't pay on. That debt payment was for the amount that they bought, I believe, Neiman Marcus for $2.6 billion. I don't understand how a company that's failing gets to buy another company, and everybody think that's cool. But anyway, though, so they preparing for bankruptcy, unpaid vendors, unpaid designers. But what at the end of the day, people don't go to Saks no more. People don't go into the store and shop like that and buy high end stuff and buy overly priced items anymore. If it ain't Louis, and if it ain't Gucci, if it ain't Prada, or if it ain't those super high end luxury things that you can get directly from the flagship store, people don't go to Saks. Saks is boring. Saks is out of touch. Nobody goes to the malls like that anymore. It's not a destination. Over high prices. I think what Saks messed up on was they had their locations in too many places. They should have just kept it on Fifth Avenue. It should have been a destination. So when you come to New York, we got this one store. And then everything else should have been online. I believe when they saw that everybody was doing online, they should have made a quick switch to just closing stores and just having their flagship stores open. But this is what happens when you have people in business that don't know what the hell they're doing. The guy's been in one for 30 years, but he didn't understand the trends.